Welcome to another exciting day of social studies. Today is going to be a little bit different because you guys are just going to complete a check for understanding for the week. So I'm just going to go over some things, especially yesterday's lesson, as well as go over all the need to knows for the entire week. So just to bring you up to speed, make sure we're all on the same page, and then you guys can go on and take or do the check for understanding that you can find in Schoology. So yesterday was the last day talking about Oregon. I mentioned this guy, James Polk, and his slogan 5440 or fight. So he's referring to, again, to that latitude and longitudinal line here, 5440 up here. So essentially, if you remember, Britain and US both had claims over this land. So the appeal that he got was he's saying, hey, we're gonna take all the rest of this land all the way up to 5440. Now, if you were to look at a map today, you'll see that he was not successful in getting us all the way up to the 5440 because, like I mentioned yesterday, this land up here is Canada, which British North America, Canada. So you could probably guess Britain maintained these claims to this land. The U.S. does still today have this section of land. That's Oregon. And also, if you see the focus of the dispute here, we did eventually take that land over, so that is part of Oregon as well. However, he was unsuccessful in getting us all the way up to that 5440 line. All right, so instead of hitting these review questions, I'm going to take you to another page that I created to go over the need to knows for the week. Okay, so looking at this tab, I just put our need to know questions and vocab that we should have gotten out of this week of learning. I answered the questions in red. If you want, you can pause the video and just take a look at this to yourself, or if you want to copy down some of this stuff that you weren't aware of or some stuff that you were struggling with. So the first question, what is manifest destiny? The belief that U.S. must extend their borders to the West Coast. In other words, they want to conquer all of the land to the West. Right now, they have a pretty good settlement on the East Coast, but they want more. This whole idea of manifest destiny, it was given to us by God that we need to go all the way to the West in order to be a successful and powerful country. 2, where is the Oregon Territory? That's in the Northwest, the top left corner of the U.S. on a map. 3, who claimed the Oregon Territory? Britain and U.S. both had claims. Number 4, who moved out of Oregon and who moved out to Oregon and how did they get there? So there's going to be a lot of different groups of people moving out to Oregon. The reason they're leaving is probably maybe to escape economic troubles or to find fertile land or even to help achieve this manifest destiny. So when this idea of manifest destiny came about, people started kind of believing in this, that their lives will be better if they help to achieve the manifest destiny. They move out west and help settle the West. And some would travel by the Oregon Trail, by covered wagon. I'm only including that answer just because that's kind of what we talked about this week. Obviously, there's a ton of different ways to get out west, but that's definitely one way. Moving on to key vocab. So Adams-Onis Treaty, which is actually from last unit, but again, it gave the U.S. Florida and part of Oregon. Mountain men were settlers who lived in the mountains of Oregon. Oregon Trail, the trail taken by settlers to move west. Remember, this was a difficult journey, remembering back to that group of people that you may or may not have watched a video about, but they picked the wrong time to leave and kind of got stuck in a snowstorm and ended up not making it. Manifest destiny, the belief that the U.S. must extend their borders to the West Coast. You can probably tell that manifest destiny is an important word here. All right, so again, that's what you should have gotten out of this week, starting on Monday to today. Your need to knows. Again, if you want this, if you want me to send you a copy of this, maybe I could put this into your folder just as a little study or review sheet. All right, so today, let's get into what we're doing today. Switching tabs one more time. All right, so this is what we're looking at for today. You will be completing this week 1 check for understanding. Basically going to have everything we just kind of went over with that need to knows, with those need to knows. Remember to select your teacher. And then here's a quick look at some questions. This is not the right check for understanding. I'm sorry, everybody. This is the 8th grade check for understanding. Don't do this one. It's not for you. But your check for understanding will look very similar to this. Choose your teacher, answer the question, submit the form, and then look for some feedback later on. All right, if you guys have any questions, let me know.